Good morning, students. So let us discuss the next chapter, The Midnight Visitor. The story is written by Robert Arthur, American writer, born in 1909 and died in 1969. And especially this writer is famous for writing mysterious stories or especially such papers and investigative series, mysterious and for the travelers also. This writer is famous. And this being a writer of investigative papers or the series, that he has written this short story, The Midnight Visitor. This story is very interesting, just like we saw in the previous story, a thief story. Two characters, small story. In the same manner here, the midnight visitor. Visitor, you know that midnight, everything that you know that the visitor who comes at midnight, midnight visitor. So let us discuss about the characters. Three characters are here. And this story is about a spy, about a secret agent. You know that the secret agent, that a kind of a detective who used to detect the criminals, that who used to find out the reality, etc. A spy or a secret agent. So here this story is about a secret agent, about some mysterious things or the investigation, right? So the first character, Ausable, is the main character in this story. Who is this character Ausable? That he is a secret agent, right? Ausable is a secret agent. And you know that whenever we think about a secret agent, we have some image, we have some thoughts there. Secret agent means it means such a man who is tall, for example, who is tall, having the proper personality, well built, physically well built, smart, beautiful, showing the presence of mind, wearing cap or wearing hat, smoking cigar or pipe. So such is the image comes to us, right? The tall one. But here, this man Ausable, he was totally opposite. This man is totally, this secret agent is totally opposite. It means if we look at his personality, we will not, the thought will not come in our mind that he is a secret agent. We will not agree with this fact that he is a secret agent. Why? Because this man, that he doesn't look like a secret agent. Not tall, not physically well built, not beautiful. It means not surrounded by the beautiful ladies or the women. It means smoking a cigar or with a pipe. Nothing was there. So that's why anybody would be having a doubt about looking at his personality. But he shows a very great presence of mind. Though we cannot judge a man by his appearance, just like we could say that we cannot judge a book by its appearance. It means by its only cover. Cannot judge a book by its cover, right? So in the same manner, looking at that person, his personality, we cannot judge that man. The same thing is here. His personality is not good at all, but he is a very smart fellow. The way that he showed the presence of mind there, the way that he outwitted, the way that he deceives another agent, another secret agent, that is Max is given. This one, Max. That. So this is what? First Ausable. Second, Fowler. Who is this Fowler? That this Fowler, that he is a young and romantic writer. Young and romantic writer, that who comes to Ausable because he is a writer, and being a writer, that he wanted to write some romantic adventurous stories in which the thriller would be there. Something thrilling, adventurous. And he was, it means he knew the life of a secret agent or a spy or a detective. So that's why he wanted to spend some time in the company of Ausable, and he wanted to know the lifestyle. He wanted to know the life of this secret agent. He is the writer, Fowler. And he was looking for some excitement for the writing, especially in Ausible's company. Next one is Max. He is another secret agent, a rival secret agent. Rivalry, another secret agent, just like Ausible. And very easily that he is fooled by, deceived by Ausible. It means Ausible deceived him. Whom? Max. Ausible deceived Max very easily. So this is what the characters, the list of the characters we have seen now, or we saw. Coming to the points now, let us start with the story. In short, that when the story starts, the narrator says that Ausible, it means this man, he did not fit any kind of the description of a secret agent. Narrator says that this Ausible, this man, he did not fit with any kind of the description of a secret agent. Secret agent means we think that very tall person, well-built personality, smart, beautiful, surrounded by the beautiful women, smoking a cigar or something pipe, wearing a hat or something different. So it doesn't match with that description. If you look at his personality, because this fellow, that he is a very, for example, very short fellow and very fat. Picture is given in your book. You can see the picture. Ausible. He is a very small, short fellow, not tall, and a fat fellow. So that's why the narrator says that he does not fit with any kind of the description. And where he lives here, and he lives in a musty corridor. He lives, this Ausible, he lives in a musty corridor and in gloomy hotel, gloomy French hotel. Musty corridor, not that much good, dirty one, something there. And French hotel, in the corridor of a French, one of the gloomy French hotel, and especially on the 6th top floor. He lived on 6th top floor. Actually, that was a musty corridor, gloomy French hotel, and one more thing that he lives on a 6th top floor. Who lives this Ausible? So that's why the narrator says that it doesn't match with any kind of the description. He is not such a place, such a dirty place that he lives. And if we look at his access, so that is why here Fowler, that he was it means he laid down, he was disappointed. Why? Because the writer wanted, this Fowler wanted to meet such a fellow Ausible. He thought that he would be really something thrilling or something adventurous fellow, something great personality. But when Fowler met him, Ausible, at that time he totally disappointed. Who? This Fowler, because this Ausible did not match with the description of a secret agent. So that's why he was disappointed. And he understood. Though he spoke, for example, though something means scarcely he could speak French and the German language. Who? This man Ausible. He could speak French and German language, but still that he had an American accent in his speech. In his language, he had, it means from the last few years that he had been living here, but still he had an American accent there. So that's why it was definitely not there. He had never altogether lost the American accent there. So the next, when they were going to the hotel, both of these, Ausible and Fowler, that they were going to Ausible's room, which was located on the 6th top floor in one of the gloomy French hotel. He understood. Ausible understood what is going on in his mind, Fowler's mind, and he is disappointed looking at me. Fowler understood. So that's why Ausible, it means Ausible understood. That's why Ausible said to Fowler that I think that you are disappointed. You are bored. Ausible said to Fowler. Why? Because Ausible said to him that you might have thought that I would meet a secret agent, something beautiful, something strange, something tall, and when you came to and living somewhere in a great, at something fine hotel or something at such a sophisticated place, and the man who would be smoking a cigar or pipe, who is surrounded, who is receiving a message from the beautiful ladies, beautiful young ladies, and what I am doing, I am, instead of that, I am receiving a ordinary telephone, prosaic telephone calls for an appointment. Instead of getting the messages by the hands of beautiful ladies, what I am getting here, I am getting a prosaic telephone calls for an appointment. So that's why Ausable said to Fowler, definitely you must have disappointed now. But see, today when they were going to the both of them, Ausable and Fowler, they were going to that 6th floor room, that they were in the hotel, and they were going towards the room of Ausable in that French hotel. Who? Ausable and Fowler. And while that they were going, such a discussion was going on. So but Ausable said, but don't worry, because this night that I am going to have some important documents, some secret documents that I am going to receive tonight. And this document is one of the most important, because it would change the course of the history. The documents which I am going to receive now, Ausable said to Fowler that it would going to change the course of the history, because several men and women that they have risked their lives for what? To gain the possession of these documents. So it is very important documents, very highly important. So that's why you will definitely get some kind of the thriller. So in this way, that talking with this discussion, Ausable and Fowler, that they went to the room, hotel's room on the 6th floor, Ausable's room. Ausable unlocked the room, opened the room, and when he went inside, that time he gave the way to his guest to come inside, let him inside, enter the guest, and after that he closed the door behind him, behind Fowler, and then he switched on the light. Who switched on the light? Now that they reached inside the room, unlocked the room, and then after that Ausable, that he switched on the light. As soon as the light came, what happened? Fowler and Ausable, that they noticed, they shocked. Why? Because across the room, half across the room, a man was standing there. Across the room, a man stood with a automatic pistol in his hand, just like a gun, a pistol in his hand towards it means the point of that gun or the pistol was pointing towards Ausable and Fowler. The man stood. A man was standing there with an automatic pistol in his hand. The man was standing. Ausable blinked a few times, looking when he noticed that already somebody was there in his room, entered. So he glanced, and Ausable said to that fellow, that unknown fellow, Max, are you here? Who said? Ausable said to that man who had been present, who had been there. Who was that man? Max was there. He was another secret agent, a rival secret agent of Ausable. And Ausable, see now the way that now he behaves, Ausable. He said to him, Max, are you here? I was thinking that really that I am startled now, because I thought that you were in Berlin. Who said? Ausable said, with a cool mind. It means he did not lose his presence of mind, looking at the one intruder, one is rival secret agent, and having an automatic pistol in his hand pointing towards them. He did not lose his presence of mind. He did not afraid. Just silently, calmly that he started speaking. I thought that you were in Berlin, but you are here now. So Max, so what are you doing in my room? Who asked? Ausable asked to Max, what are you doing in my room? Max was this secret agent Max, that he was slender, tall, almost he could fit with the description of a secret agent which Fowler had thought. And then he murmured. Who murmured? Max murmured that why I am here, that I am here for that secret file. that secret documents which you are going to receive tonight, which you are going to receive tonight. So that's why I am here. The report that is being brought to you tonight concerning some new missiles, and that report is about new missiles. Who said? Max said. When Ausable asked, "What are you doing here?" Max said, he murmured that I am here. It means I came here. I thought that you are going to have some important documents about new missiles tonight, this night. So I thought that it would be better to keep in my hands, to keep in my custody. It would be safe in my hands. Then yours. Who said? Max said. So later on, what happened? Ausable, then next scene is coming, that Ausable and Fowler, that they were standing by the doorway. Then Ausable did not lose his presence of mind. He showed his calmness quietly, that he acted. Then very quietly what he did then, very silently, then Ausable, that he moved towards his armchair. Who? Ausable here, that he moved towards his armchairs and heavily he sat in the chair. Who? Ausable sat in the chair. And looking at Fowler, Ausable said, with that grave mood, in that grave mood or the serious mood that he said, that damn, I am going to do, definitely, I am going to raise the devil management this time. Who said? Looking at Fowler, Ausable said, looking at Fowler, it means I am going to definitely raise the matter with the management this time. The devil management this time, I am going to raise the matter. Who said? Ausable said to Fowler. Which matter? About this, because this is the second time it happened now. Last time already I told them, I warned them, and they promised me. Because this is the second time in a month, somebody had got into my room in my absence. Who said to whom? Ausable said to Fowler. See now the way that he started inventing a story, showing his presence of mind. At 11th hour that he started composing the story. So though he didn't look like a secret agent Ausable, but he had a great presence of mind, that quality, that skill which he used now. So he started inventing the story. Looking at Fowler, Ausable said, I had raised already this question with the management of the hotel, because this is the second time now somebody got into my room in my absence through the balcony, through that damn balcony. It means raising his hands, fingers pointing towards the window, and he said that it means below that, so because this room, this is the part of the next apartment, and these two, for example, my room and the next apartment, next room, that is attached with a balcony. The balcony is there. It means anybody could enter from that balcony. It means under the window of this my room, one balcony is there. If we leave the two doors, under the window of my room, one balcony is there, and anybody could enter through that balcony in my room. And this is the second time now it happened. And this time really that I am going to raise the this matter, raise the devil with the management. Because last time that they had promised to me, Ausable said to Fowler, management had promised last time to me that they would block it off, they would close this way. But they have not done, and now see, Max has entered. But Max, he said that I have not entered through this room. No, I have not. Max confused. Max said that I have not, because I didn't know about this balcony. I have not entered through the balcony. I have entered by using the pass key or a master key. Using a master key. If I had been known, definitely I would have been saved my time, saved my labor or effort. Who said? Max said. If I had been known about this balcony, definitely I would have entered through this way. Something my effort or labor that would have been saved, Max said. So in this way the discussion was going on. So this is what till this part of the chapter that we have seen. So the remaining part of the chapter or this story that we will continue in the next